Hate begets hate. Violence begets violence. This has been a really tough week for the world. Paris occurred. Beirut occurred. All of the attacks in Syria that subsequently occurred. And here we have all of these great leaders in our current and in our past time that have been saying this. Hate begets hate. Violence begets violence. I remember seeing the snippet of a documentary, The Woman Who Lives in Number 6, I think it's called. A woman named Alice Herz-Zomer, who died last year at 110 years old, who was put into the concentration camps. And when she's interviewed and she's asked, how do you not hate the people who did this to you? And she simply answers, hate begets hate. That's it. It is never an answer. It's never an answer. And even then, as I sit knowing that, and I sit wanting to make a difference in the world, I sit with the question of how can I? What is it that I can do? One person among a sea of 7 billion who lives a quiet and protected life relative to what the rest of the world experiences. And as I sit in that, a phrase wanders through. It usually does. Another one from Ghandi: be the change you want to see in the world. If you want to change the world, you must change yourself. What does that really mean? What does it mean to change yourself? I've always been really confused at that. And I've realized over time, in order to do that, I had to understand myself first. I had to understand what was going on within me in order to do things differently. I could no longer be ignorant of my reactions, my defenses, all of the things that occur within me that take me away from being present with the here and now. When we're out in the world, when we're in relationship with others, there's plenty of times where we're confronted, where people call us out and we are essentially asked to defend our lifestyle, our point of view, our way of living. And those are the critical moments for us. And this is what I realized, that only when we are able to keep letting go, to let our guard down, when someone asks, well, why did you do that? That doesn't seem like a very nice thing to do. Instead of sitting there realizing, I got to be defensive, I have to explain myself, I have to give my reasoning. No, to let all that down, because that defensiveness is the very thing that meets with more confrontation. And that's how it begins, that's how it starts, from one tiny little question to I have to defend myself, to this person might be a threat. Oh no, this person really is a threat and they're coming at me. I need to put them down. Oh, and they're not going to stop, so I need to kill them. That progression happens to us in our world. That is what leads to war. But to stop it right at the beginning, to say, there it is. There's that part of me, that ego that wants to be right, the part that wants to defend how I am in the world. And to go, you know what? Maybe it is possible that what I did was not the best choice. And then to bring compassion to who you are in that moment, to say, but you know what? I did the best I could. That was a phrase that my own parents have been telling me for years, and I never fully understood until I really got down here. To give myself the compassion that I wish for so many people in this world. To say, yeah, I could be wrong. I don't really know. Give myself that space to say it's okay, that I did the best I could with what I had. That is the beginning of change. That is where I then have compassion for myself and then can see the people in the world who are suffering and go, oh, I know where they are. I know what that feels like. And that's how we begin to bridge connections here. That's how we change the world. It starts with us knowing ourselves top to bottom so deeply and so fully. And continuing to discover how that rises in the moment, because we can be so good meditating by ourselves, and then as soon as we go talk to anyone, our family, loved ones, strangers, boom, we could be right back to that defensive place again. But to put down the weapons, to put down the armor and show up and say, I'm here. I may not know what I'm doing, but gosh darn it, I'm here. I don't think I have all the answers, but I'm here. That is where real conversation can begin. That's how it starts. Let's all do that. What do you say? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think change really looks like in the world. For me, it's only been about going inward, because every time I go out and try to fix things, it never works out the way I think. Funny that. But maybe it does for you. How do you think change truly shows up in the world? Let me know. And please go tell your loved ones you love them, because you just never know.